Oh, hello, this is Tak Chung from Walk with Tak. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and share. Once my friend told me, he said that I don't mind cooking if I can cook anything I want at any time. For example, if I want to have chicken tonight, such as this dish, could I have it ready on the table in less than 20 minutes? Having the freedom, able to cook whatever you want in a short amount of time is the foundation of my fast cooking system. It is made possible because of the three attributes with my fast cooking system, that is advanced prepping, stir frying, and template-based cooking. For those of you who are new to cooking and new to my channel, I would like to use this video to explain to you how I execute in cooking this dish. I would like to explain the three components in my fast cooking system to make this possible. Okay, let's get into the kitchen and see what we could do. If you freeze chicken like this, it will be very difficult for you to use it because it will take a long time to thaw out. So every time when I purchase chickens, I will cut it up before I freeze them. I will cut them into the size that for me to use for stir fry. So when I'm ready to use them, it will be all ready. And in this case, not only they are cut ready to be used, but at the same time, I can have chicken anytime I want. And the reason is that because I can freeze them in the exact amount that I need for each meal. They are frozen in 8-ounce packages. And after I freeze them, I can also store them very conveniently in the freezer. In this case, I have a shelf on the door of the freezer. I can store them in almost like a format of some file folder. When I'm ready to use them, I just put them in a sink of warm water and they will be thawed out in about 10 minutes. Using this method, I can have chicken almost anytime I want. You can take a look at this video to learn more about how this method works. For this dish, I'm going to coat the chicken with cornstarch. The cornstarch serves two purposes. The first is that it absorbs excess moisture that might be found on the surface of the chicken. The second way is that the cornstarch serves as a light breading. It protects the chicken from the heat and to keep it moist and tender. Furthermore, it will give the chicken a light touch of crispiness. So as you can see with this method, I can have chicken ready to be cooked from a freezer to the wok in about 10 minutes. Prepping could be overwhelming. Many people have told me that if they have to prep everything from scratch, it usually would take about an hour to have everything cut up, and by the time they will be tired. So in this case, I already have pepper prep and ready to be used in the kitchen. Pepper is one of my standard prep items every week. I usually prep some colored pepper, and I also prep some green pepper. I have them cut up all ready to use. Pepper usually have a shelf life up to about a week after you cut them up and store in plastic containers. Another ingredient I always have them prep and ready to be used is mushrooms. I use mushroom in many different dishes. By having them already prepped, it gives me a lot of flexibility in create a dish that will include mushroom in them. I normally have at least 2 kinds and sometimes 3 different types of mushroom on hand. Here is an example. I have the white button mushroom, but a lot of time I also will have portobello mushroom and sometimes shiitake mushroom as well. This is a relatively simple dish. Because I have all the ingredients available on hand, I can cook this dish usually in less than 5 minutes. There are no better method than stir fry in cook something that is quick, and this is the reason why stir frying is part of my fast cooking system. The first item I'm going to cook after the oil has been heated up is some fermented black soybean. If you're not familiar with this seasoning condiment, you can take a look at this video. In this demonstration, I'm going to use 8 ounces of chicken. I'm going to use chicken as a condiment rather than as the main ingredient of the dish. To break up the chicken, I'm going to use a pair of tongs. The tong is very useful because it gives much better control of how to tear the chicken apart. Because the chicken is already finely sliced, they cook very rapidly. Therefore, I need to work on the breaking up the chicken as quickly as possible. This is my basic chicken stir-fry template. I will show you in the future various modifications I can make. As a result, you can create many different versions according to the same basic template. Next, I'm going to add a tablespoon of garlic to the chicken. By adding the garlic at a later stage of the cooking process, it will retain the flavor of the garlic in the dish. Next, I'm going to add some green pepper. By now, the chicken is about 70% done. And then I add some orange pepper. I add the peppers at a later stage of the cooking process because I only want to lightly cook the peppers. Here I demonstrate the advantage of my advanced prepping. This way I can have the ingredients available to me anytime I want. And since I do not use all of the ingredients, I can use them over a number of dishes. The last ingredients I'm going to add is the white mushroom. I want the mushroom to be lightly cooked because my wife liked the texture of the mushroom remain to be relatively firm. Now the wok is getting relatively full. I'm going to switch from the tong to my wok spatula because it makes stirring more efficient. I add the ingredients to the wok in the order depending how long I want to cook them. This will allow me to control the texture of each individual ingredients. The last thing I'm going to do is going to make a sauce for the dish. I start out with some oyster sauce. Oyster sauce is a quick and convenient way to season a dish. Next, I'm going to add some soy sauce. As you can see that I do not measure out of each of the sauce deliberately. I call this an improvisational approach. And then I'm going to add some sugar to provide some sweetness to the dish. To create a light sauce, I'm going to add some water. As you can see that I keep most of my sauce as well as the water in squeeze bottles. This makes dispensing much easier. I really enjoy this improvisational approach to seasoning because it gives me a lot of flexibility and I can always make adjustments accordingly. I call this method flavor chasing. After I've done a quick taste test, it tastes pretty good to me. So the next step is that I'm going to thicken the sauce. Cornstarch is a great way to thicken the sauce. Here is about 1/4 tablespoon of cornstarch. As soon as I add the cornstarch, I rapidly mix the cornstarch into the fluid in the wok. As you can see that the fluid thickens very rapidly. If you want the sauce to be a little bit thicker, then you can add more cornstarch. But this looks good to me. I do not want the sauce to be too thick. I stir the content until the sauce reaches the kind of consistency that I want. Then I take the wok off the stove. This dish is very fast to cook and the total cook time is less than 5 minutes. In order to make it possible to cook this dish, advanced prepping is the key. For example, by prepping the chicken in such a way that, as I have shown in this video, it will allow you to have chicken anytime you want. If you decided that you're going to have chicken that evening, all you have to do is take it out from the freezer and have it thaw in about 10 minutes. Therefore, spending about an hour in prepping those chicken, you will have them available for you for at least 10 meals. Because of the ability that you can freeze the chicken, it really takes away a lot of guesswork. It's also true for vegetables, but it takes a little bit more management. Once the system is set up and becomes a routine, you will do it every week without thinking too much about it. When you have everything available to you, stir-fry makes cooking both fun, efficient, and pleasurable. It is far more fun when you cook. You see the potential of making improvement each time you cook. And ultimately, with flavor chasing, you will continue to improve the taste of your dish, and to the point that you will find it that you are your own very best cook. In future video, I will continue to demonstrate my fast cooking system to show you how you can incorporate this cooking approach into your daily routines. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and share. I'll see you next time.